welcome everyone. My name is Fleur. This is my studio from home. Today in Stretch and Core, we're going to work into the whole body, trying to find space, trying to find strength as well. Let's start with standing, the feet underneath your hips, arms by your side. Here we go. I'm a bit out of breath today. Bring the shoulders forward, roll them up, roll them back, and roll them down. Bring them forward, roll them up. Let's start on the shoulders into that crunchiness, and keep going. Lift them up, roll them back and down, and then make the movements a little bit smoother and bigger. Roll them up and down, roll them up and back and down, and then start to bend your knees a little bit and think of you're pulling something up, bring the elbows back, and again bend the knees, pull something up, elbows out to the side, and then scoop the arms, reach the elbows all the way back behind you, and again scoop the arms forward, roll the elbows up and down. Let's do 4 more. Rolling, and you can do it a little bit smoother if you like, rolling, and again bend the knees, roll the arms back, and 1 more. Good, and then just rotate with the arms, elbows out to the side, lift the elbows up, lift the arms up. 2 more, lift the elbows. This is really crunchy in my shoulders at the moment. Whew, and then bring the arms all the way up and open the arms to the side, nice and wide. Think of pulling your belly button in as you move through the shoulders, so you don't have to arch your back. You want to start to keep the belly in and just move the arms. Good. Let's do 2 more and 1 more. Maybe you start to feel how it's getting a little bit warmer. Let's do the other side. So draw the shoulders back, lift them up and down. Draw the shoulders back, lift them up, forward and down. And again, draw the shoulders back, lift them up, forward and down. And then again, bend the knees, draw the shoulders up, forward and down. So think about you pulling up a big heavy rucksack. As you bend your knees, you're pulling up a big heavy rucksack, rolling the shoulders forward. Bend your knees, big heavy rucksack, and then make the movement a bit bigger again. Bit bigger, bending the elbows, reach the elbows forward. Reach, let that rucksack or that coat get really big. The head just follows the movement. You're moving a little bit through the spine. Good, and then stand tall and just do the arms. Drawing the arms to the side and forward. Out to the side, up and forward, and then make it the biggest arms again, 4 times. That's it, well done. Up. Think of lifting the skin from the back of your body upwards as you reach the arms up. Last one, bring the arms up. And then release the hands down to the side, give your arms a little shake. Let's do the head, soften the chin to the chest, roll the chin down, and then bring the head back up, and look up to the ceiling. Keep the mouth open, bring the head back forward, drop the chin to the chest, come back up, and then lift the chin up, and forward 1 more round, drop the chin to the chest, lift the head and then up. Come back to center, looking to your right, only as far as it goes. Really spot something that you're looking at on the side. Come back to center, look at something on your left. So don't just turn the head, you're actually looking at something, and then come back to center, and again look to something on your right, and back to center, and to your left, and back to center, side to side. So just dropping your right ear to the right shoulder. Feel a little stretch on the side, coming back up, and the other side. Very carefully try to avoid the shoulders falling, so the shoulders stay as they are. Back to center, 1 more. Ear to one shoulder, and up, and other ear to other shoulder, and up, and then drop the chin to the chest and start to make a little circle. You can do a half circle, or if you feel comfortable, you can do a whole circle over to the side and down, as if you're drawing a big circle with your nose in front of you. If that's uncomfortable, you can just do rolling over halfway, so from one ear to one shoulder and then the other way around. Just gently easing into this neck stretch. If you're doing the full circles, you can go the other way. If you're doing half circles, start to just look forward, look to one ear, and then imagining you're looking at an aeroplane over your head that's rolling over the sky. So whatever you do, if the full circles are fine, you can slowly do another two. If you're doing half circles, just continue within your range of motion, because we don't want to put any pressure or discomfort into our neck. Good. Well done. Lovely, Ruth, that's it. And then come back to center, just bring the head to face forwards. And then from here, I'm going to go sideways, bend your knees, reach your arms forward, and start to swing out through the arms. Nice and long swings, getting your legs nice and warm, press down into your heels, pull the belly button a little bit in, and think of your arms as being really nice and heavy. Let them move forwards and back, as if you're skiing, but as if you're pushing something away from you. Let's do another 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Reach the arms all the way up. Stretch up. Come onto tiptoes, nice and high. Lift up through the feet. Stay there. Open the arms, and then bring the heels down. Again, breathe in. Come onto tiptoes. Lift through the arms. Stand nice and tall. Pull in the belly. Feel the strength of your legs. Slowly as you exhale, bring the heels back down. 2 more. Inhale. Arms reach up. Lift up through the arms high, and then bring heels back down. Last one, reaching up, lift up through the arms. Whoops. So try to avoid what I just did, like falling onto the little toe side. Push down to the balls of the feet, behind the big toes. Come back to standing. Open the arms out to the side. A little more warm up for the shoulders. And start to make circles with your arms. Circling forward and back. They don't have to be too big. Good. And then from here, just transfer the weight and lift up your right leg. Continue circling. Good. And then place the foot back down. Continue circling. Change the leg. Whoa. Lift the leg up. A little bit of balance. And again, place the foot down. And lift up your leg. Circling. Challenging your balance. Bring the foot back down, other side, lift up the leg, good, bring the foot back down, change direction of the arms, leg out to the side, circling the arms, lift the leg up, lift the chest, and bring the leg down, and lift up the side leg, keep circling the arms, lift the chest, good, that's it, and bring the foot back down, 1 more round, lift up the leg. Arms are feeling a little bit tired, nearly there. Bring the leg down and to the other side. Lift the legs, circling the arms, and then bring the foot down and release the arms. Shake them out to the side. Well done. Good. Bring the hands onto your hips. There we are. Feet again underneath your hips. We're just going to start on a rond de jambe, meaning, I think it means circle of the legs. Jambe is legs. Jambe, like in French. So we're going to start with our right leg. Shift the weight into your left. Slide your right leg forward. Lift the leg up. Good. And then slowly bring the leg out to the side and to the back. Beautiful. Keep the leg straight. Then bring the leg out to the side. Bring it forward. Good. Let's do 2 more. Bring it out to the side. Pull in through the belly. Bring the leg back. Bring it out to the side. Roll your shoulders down and forward. 1 more round. That's it. You can hold onto something if you're wobbling out to the side and back. Point the toes so you're really energetic. Whoops. And forward. I wobble when I watch the screen. Last one. There we go. Bend your knee and step the foot down. Other side. Lengthen through your left leg. Point your toes. And then out to the side. Transfer the weight. Doesn't have to be very high. It can be just hovering above the floor. Pull in the navel. Out to the side and forward. Good. Don't do it fast. That might feel different, but not too slow. Out to the side and back. And out to the side. Forward. Last round. Out to the side. Breathe. Lift the chest. Pull in the navel. Back. And out to the side. And forward. Good. Bring the foot down. Back to the first leg. Bring the first knee up. Your right leg. Good. We're going to start to turn out through the leg. breathe, and bring the knee back into center. If you're feeling strong, you can do it with straight leg. Turn out to the side, knees pointing up to the ceiling, and back to center. 2 more, out to the side, and back to the center. So it doesn't matter if you're bending it or out to the side, you're opening us through the hip. Keep pulling the bend back to center. Bring the knee down. Now you bend the knee and then start to move in circular motions with the knee. For 1, lift the knee up. For 2, lift the knee up behind you. For 3, and for 4, other way around. Lift, open out to the side, and back. 1, lift, open up to the side, and 2, go. Lift, keep pulling the navel and open the chest, and 4, good. Last little exercise here. Stretch the leg behind you, point the toes, reach your arms away from you, and just hold it here for a moment. Breathe. Feel the length from the toes to your arms. Good. And then just pulse your back leg up behind you. Little pulsations. For 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee into the chest. Whew. And then step the foot down and shake out the legs. Notice that this leg feels quite strong and sturdy, and this leg might feel a little bit more loose and dangly. So we're just going to even it out again by changing sides. Lift up your left leg. Bending the knee, or if you're feeling strong, you can straighten it. 4 times only, out to the side. Try and avoid twisting from the hips, so hip bones facing forward and back in. And again, that's why you have the hands onto the hips, so you notice if you're doing this, oops, and back to center. No matter if it's straight or bent. I'm just going to straighten it, and forward. 1 more. Out to the side, and back in. Bend the knee this time, and we're going to move it back, out and over, as if you're lifting your knee over a fence. And back, out to the side, and forward and down. 2 more, out to the side, lift, and forward and down. Last one, out to the side, lift, and let's do the other direction. Good. Lift it over the fence behind you, and again, lift it over the fence behind you. 2 more. Pull in the belly, keep the chest nice and open, shoulder blades down, long neck. Last one. Go. And then lengthen your leg behind you. I'll turn this way. Lift out your arms, stretch them behind you, point your toes, pull in the navel, and then pulsing with the leg behind you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knee into the chest, and then step it down. Well done. Shake out the legs. Everyone okay? Good. Side stretches. Let's move into the side of the spine. Good. I'll just do this so you see a bit better. It's a bit of a loose t-shirt. So, we're just going to bring our arms up onto our head and just rest the hand, one hand on top of the other, and feet still hip width apart. As we breathe in, just lean over to one side, feel a little stretch in the side, keep the chest open, and then pull yourself up using your obliques. Breathing in other side, lift the other elbow up, the weight will shift a little bit into the side you're leaning on, and then exhale, coming back up. Again, as you breathe in, think of the elbow reaching to the ceiling without the ear and shoulder coming too close. Back up as you exhale. Breathe in, lift the elbow, lean to the side, exhale, push down into the feet to come up. Keep going. Long breath, and exhaling, as if you have little elastics here that pull you back into the shape. One more round, inhaling, and exhale back up, and last one, inhaling to lift, and exhaling back up. Rotations from your open your arms, and let's do this on tiptoes. So come a little bit up onto your tiptoes, find the balance first of all. If this is too challenging, you can keep the heels down. Now think of your hips and pelvis facing forward and not moving with you. So you want to just keep the hips exactly as they are. See your thumbs out of your peripheral vision, so you might wiggle them a little bit so that you can see them as you look forward. Now, start to look to your right and turn the body to the side. Keep the hips as they are, and then come back to center. Breathing into the side. Exhale. Pull in the belly, come to center. Inhale, twisting, turning the chest to the side. Exhale to center. Make sure your arms stay in the same open position so that you're not starting to do, I'm exaggerating, an L shape rather than a wide T with your arms. So if you look out of the corners of your eyes, your thumbs are still exactly where they were when you looked forwards. Do another round, inhaling to the side. Hips stay where they are. Pull the belly in back to center. And inhaling to the side. Exhaling back to center. Good. And relax the arms and shake out the body. Coming to some lunges. So from here, let's start to bring the hands onto your hips. Step forward with your right leg. Bring the left leg back. You can either have it a wide stance or you can make it a little bit gentler. Make sure your knee stays over your ankle or over the middle of your foot. You're not overstepping, so you want to be sure that this is nice and supported, your knee is supported. Bend your back knee a little bit and then start to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Take a long breath in. On your exhale, bend your back knee. Pull the belly and reach your arms back. That's it. Inhaling, reach your arms up. Stretch your back leg. On your exhale, pull the belly and reach your arms back. Feel how strong the outside of your right leg is. Breathe and lift. Exhaling, bend. Reach the chest forward as your arms draw back. 3 more. Inhaling, stretch. And exhaling. Make sure that your stance is strong. You're not too wide in the legs. Last one. Inhale, stretch. And exhaling, bend. Breathe and lift the arms up. Good. Bring the hands behind your head. Turn towards your right. Good. So you're starting to twist a little bit into the body and then bend your back knee. Inhaling, come back to center, look forward and exhale, twist to your right. Good. Inhale, back to center. Stretch the legs a bit. Exhale, bend, turn to your right. Keep long the spine. 2 more. Inhale, stretch. Exhaling, bend. Think of the knee drawing down. Last one. Inhale, stretch. And exhaling, bend. Come back to center. Bring the hands onto your hips. Bend your back knee so you're sinking nice and low. And a little pulses here. Working into the glutes. 4, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Standing tall. Step your left foot in. Both legs straight. Bring your hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Good. Make sure that you're feeling steady. You're not too wide in your legs. You want to have them right behind your hips. So 1 leg forward, 1 leg back. Breathe in. Make sure your hips are feeling steady and grounded. Take a breath in. On your exhale, start to hinge forward. Lean back. You can also hold your elbows instead. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, pull the belly in, push the floor away and stand back up. Good. 4 more. Breathe in here. Exhale, hinge forward. Putting the weight into the front foot. Breathe in here. Long breath. Exhale, push into the front foot and come back up. Lovely. 3 more. Long breath. Move the hands away from the buttocks as you fold forward. Go to the edge where you feel it. Take a breath in there. And exhale, pushing the floor away again to come up. Lovely. Breathing in. Exhale, hinge. Hips go back. Lift the chest a little. That's it. Breathe in and exhale. Last one. Inhaling here. This was the 5th one, right? Exhaling, folding forward. Good. Hold it here. And then just relax the arms. You can bring them onto your shins. Make sure you're thinking of pushing your shins towards your hands. If that's too low, bring your hands onto your thighs. You can have a mini bend in your knees if it's too much strain for your back hamstrings. You want to feel it in the back of the legs. If you're quite open, maybe you can bring the fingertips to the floor. That's it. Taking a little breath here, maybe hands on books. Breathing in. And then soften forward. Bend your front knee and step your left leg far back behind you. Wriggle a little bit so that your hands come to the inside of your right foot. And you can bring the back knee down for this beginning. Bring the back knee down. And let's start to move the chest forward, and then back, and forward. As you roll forward, think of opening the chest. As you roll back, think of finding again that hamstring stretch. Maybe you even roll over the heels so let the toes face up to the ceiling. If this is too low for your hands, maybe take a book so it supports you a bit. Put it a little bit sideways like this. That's it. And just do a few more, inhaling forward. That's it, Rachel. Good. And back. And again, forward and back. Go only within your range that feels okay. Lovely. And then from here, bring the hands inside of the right foot. Take a breath in and push down into the hands and see if you can lift up your back knee. And then again, inhale, lower the knee down. If this is too much, just think of drawing the hips a little bit further forward instead. So see if you can either lift the back knee or draw the hips a little bit further forward and then pulling it back a bit. So you're opening up through the hips. So find the way. Let's do 4 more. Inhaling, exhale, push the knee back. Inhaling to lower. Exhale, stretch to the back leg. Inhaling to lower. And exhaling to stretch. Now stay here. See if you can keep the knee off the floor and just rock forward and back. Forward and back. If you're quite open, you can try and bring the outside elbow down or just stay where you are. Good. If you're very open, you can bring both elbows down. Stay here. Just rocking forward and back. Lovely. And then from here, slowly bring the left knee down and take a little open twist. So reaching your right arm up to the ceiling, open the spine. Keep pushing down to the right heel, chest open, arm reaches up. And then from here, bring your hand on top of your thigh and roll over a little bit onto the outside, the little toe, nice side of your foot. And try to open through the thigh. Open your hip to the side, like this. You can really let your armpit come up. You can really roll into the left side of your body there. So you feel this in the side of the right glute and IT band. And then coming back to center. And then just wriggle your right foot a little bit into you. You can either bring the right foot on the right side of the mat for a little pigeon. You can bring your right knee to your right wrist. Stretch out through the left leg, tucking the toes and drawing the knee back to this elbow this way so you can see. And then you can lie forward. If this is really uncomfortable for your knee, just make an S shape with your knees, like this, and then just take a little forward fold over that right leg. So hopefully you feel it a little bit in this area, right at T-band and glute, little stretch there, and then take deep breath. Try to keep your hips facing forward, it's looking lovely. Breathing in, into the back, and exhale, let the weight of your hips fall down towards the floor, surrendering the weight. Just gentle, so we've energized and moved to the right side. And just notice the feelings that you have now in the right side of the body. Be kind and careful, gentle here. Long breath in and long breath out. 2 more. And then slowly, when you're ready, bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the left toes under you. And then draw the knee in. Roll the right leg back into a tabletop position. Tuck the toes and then push up into a downward facing dog. Stretch out through the arms for a moment. And walk out a little bit through the heels and just feel what's the right side feel like, what's the left side feel like. The feeling might be subtle or quite intense depending how much you felt, how much you've done. And then just walk your feet towards the hands or hands towards the feet. Just take a little forward fold. And again, notice what does the left side feel, what does the right side feel like. So my right side is usually my tighter side, but because we've done the right side now, I feel like my left side is a bit tighter. So I hope you feel that too. And then slowly roll yourself up to standing. Pull the navel in, push into the feet. And let's step the right leg back. So the left foot is forward, coming again into your lunge position. Make sure the left knee stays over the ankle, just in front. Good. Lift the back heel off the floor. Take the arms up. Feel nice and strong in your belly. Pull the navel a little bit in, activate this area, the whole hips. Breathing here. On your exhale, reach your chest forward as your arms reach back. If you're just about to jump in a beautiful pool, inhaling, arms long. Exhaling, reach the arms back. Squeeze them into the torso. And again, inhaling, arms up. Exhaling back. 3 more. Arms up, breathe in. Stay nice and high on the back heel. Find the balance. If you're on a thick Pilates mat, sometimes they're a little bit wobbly. So if you're wobbly, you can always come off the mat. Last one. Breathe and lift the arms up. Then bring the hands behind your head, twisting on your exhale to your left. Keep the left shoulder down. Good, and then bend your back knee. Breathe and come back to center. Exhale, twist, bend your back knee. Inhale, come back to center. Stretch the legs. Exhale, bend your back knee as you twist to the left. Breathing to center, stretch the back knee. Exhaling to twist. Back heel is off the floor. One more, inhale to center. Exhale, don't pull the elbows, so just the chest is twisting to the left. Come back to center, release the hands onto your hips. Bend your back knee, maybe bring the foot a little bit in so the knee is right underneath your hips. Pulsing for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3. Little curtsies, 2 and 1. Well done. Bring the back knee down onto the floor. Oh no, wait, you forgot something. Come back up. Step your back foot in. That's my order gone. Apologies. Standing tall, both legs straight. Hands behind your back. Missed it, or hold your elbows. Lift the chest, inhaling. And exhale, hinging forward, pressing down into your front foot. Keep the leg active so you're not locking into the knee, so the leg is active. Breathe in here. On your exhale, push the floor away, come back up. Inhaling here, pull the navel in, exhale, hips go back as you come forward with the chest. Avoid rounding the shoulders. Inhale here, exhale, push the floor away, come up. 3 more, inhaling, reach arms back. As if you're making a back bend in the upper body, pulling in the navel. Inhale here for a little pause and exhaling back up, last 2. And forward. Nice and slowly coming to your edge. Breathe and feel the strength of your leg. Pull yourself back up. Last one. And exhale, folding forward. Shoulder blades squeeze together. And come back up to standing. Well done. Bring your hands onto your hips. Now you just bend the knee, coming slowly down. Apologies of my order. Mess up. Bring the hands inside of your left foot. Move your right knee a little bit back. And then again, start moving the hips back. And then bring the hips forward. So rolling through the hips. You can lift the toes of the left foot. You can have something under the hands if it's more supportive for you to do so. Rolling over the knee. Make sure that the knee feels okay. Lengthening through the left leg. Try and keep the chest nice and open. So again, avoid the rounding if you can. Last 2, just gentle. Last 1. And then bring the hands forward. Good. Either with the knee on the floor, and then take a deep breath in. On your exhale, push the leg back. Lift the knee, inhaling to lower. That stretch in the front of the right hip. And inhale to lower. Exhale, think of the hips staying low as you press back into the heels. Keep looking forward so your chest is open. Draw the leg back. When I first did this, I was like, wow, this really goes into my hips, so I hope you feel it too. And lower. Last one, stretch to the leg. Now you can have a choice, either you can keep the knee lifted, or you can bring the knee back down, maybe untuck the toes, and then lift up through your right arm for a little twist. Either with leg lifted, that's a bit more intense, bit more active. Open, breathe, push down to the right hand. And then again, you can either with the knee down or on the knee up, roll onto the little toe side of your foot. Bring your hand onto the thigh and rotate. Rotate the knee to the side. So you can do that, of course, again with the knee lifted or with the knee down. Rolling a little bit onto the right side of the hip. You can support yourself with your right hand. That's it. Think of not putting the pressure on your knee. Put it just under, so just in front of the knee. So you're moving the flesh from the thigh rather than pushing the knee joint. And then coming back to center. Good. Well done. Here we go. And then from here, where did we go? We stepped back somehow. We went back into a downward dog. So draw the leg back. Is that right? Blanked suddenly, step back. Oh yeah, we went from here, stepping forward. And then let's go to downward dog. Ah, what a day. So today I'm feeling like I've got something missing. Just take a little paddle out through the field. So the feet, you take a little paddle and just notice how the legs are feeling now. Hopefully they're feeling a little bit more open. Yes, that's it. So, thank you so much. Bring the left knee forward. Well done. Bring the left knee forward. Pigeons. Pigeons. Tuck the right toes under and then bring the right leg back. Find that nice stretch in the left hip bones. Thank you so much, Ruth. I was like, what happened? I forgot it. And then either, again, you can bend both your knees or you can just take a little wriggle here and then start to lie forward so you feel that stretch in the left side of the body. That's it. Good. Take your time to come down and again, sink down, let the shoulders and the head relax. Rachel, come a little bit more onto the right hip. So see if you can roll a little bit the right hip forward. Yeah, that's it. How's that? You can always place something underneath that hip. That's it. Looking better. Good. And take a long deep breath in again. Notice if there's any gripping going on and see if you can soften into that hip joint that's being outwardly rotated. Not the hip joint, but the femur. Breathing into the back of the body and out. Slowly and relaxing. One more full deep breath. Well done. And then let's come up. So this is much easier coming back to downward dog from here. That's when you forget your sequences. I knew something was missing. Thank you so much. Let's come to downward dog. And now we should feel even more aligned. So pulling the hips back. Take a little walk up through the heels. See, that feels much better. Something wasn't feeling quite right in the right hip. Alright, bring your knees down and let's come to opening the chest. So from here, we're just going to start to stretch the arms forwards. Keep the hips as much as you can over the knees. And then start to soften through the armpits. Think of the armpits wanting to come down to the floor. And think of the outside of your armpits wanting to turn down so that you're slightly rotating your upper arms out to the side. And then let's start making small little circles. Small little circles. If this is really intense, bring the hips a little bit back and maybe even tuck the toes so that you can control it. Let's do 6 circles in one direction, small circles through the chest. And once you've done 6, change the direction. 6 circles, keeping the arms nice and straight, circling through the nose if you're drawing a little circle with your nose. Good. And then from here, resting your forehead on the floor, stretch your arms forward, take a long breath. On the exhale again, rotate your upper arms a little bit away from the ears so the outside of your armpits wants to turn down to the floor. Pull your belly button in and think of your lower ribs wanting to knit together so you're not just arching into the lower back or middle back. Hold it here for another 5 deep breaths. Lengthening from the wrists to the armpits to your hips. There's a little bit of an active stretch here. One more full deep breath here. And slowly walk your hands back towards your face, push the floor away, come back into a tabletop. Then keep your right hand where it is and slide your left arm to the right side of the mat. Slide far away from you, and then think of you holding onto something, put the hand on the floor, and then roll your left hip away. So pull the left hip backwards until you feel the stretch here on the side of your arm. Your head can just hang down. So as if you're drawing your left hip in a sort of half circle backwards, and hold it again. Long breath. Maybe you can even feel that if you push down a bit into the right hand, it will intensify that stretch. Feel the stretch is opening up through the side of the rib cage, the armpit, the shoulder, a little tingly bit underneath the armpit. Another deep breath in here. And then release. Push the right hand in the floor to come back up, and then other side, moving your hands, keep it where it is, and then reach the right arm to the side. Maybe you have to move the left hand a little bit further back. And then again, think of pulling that right hip backwards as the arms stay straight, head is relaxed and soft. And then again, breathe deeply. Think of ballooning the right side out in a half circle to the side. Long breath. No tension in the neck, just stretching out through the armpit and the shoulder. One more deep breath. And then release. Bring the hand back. Well done. And then from here, let's come seated. And we're going to come into, first of all, our back bending. So put a bit of hand, roll onto your back, come all the way onto your back. Then we'll finish with a lot of core. So just support ourselves. Bring the feet underneath. Bend the knees so the feet are under the knees. Bring the arms out to the side. Relax your shoulders. Take a breath in, and then push the heels into the floor. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling, and just hold it here for a moment, feeling into the bridge position. Think of your chest wanting to come up towards your ears. Push the heels down. And then lift your toes off the floor. So not the balls of the feet, not the whole foot, just your toes. So you're still pushing down into the balls of the feet. And see if that gives you a little bit more space. And then give your hips a little wriggle. So a little ding, 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 as if you want to shake out through the hips. So a little wriggle through the hips, feeling the glutes engaged. A little wriggle. Good. And then lower the hips a little bit and start to shimmy your shoulders underneath you. So draw the shoulders underneath your body. And then push again through the feet. Keep the toes lifted. Pushing into the heels and into the balls of the feet. Open the chest. Relax the glutes just a little bit and think of the back of your legs, which is a bit different. So not squeezing your glutes, so just softening the glutes a little bit and just pushing into the back of your legs. So your calves are active, your back of the thighs. Long breath. And then reach your arms over the head. Stretch them up and keep them up over the head. Try to keep them long behind you as you roll down. Maybe in the last bit, lift your heels and roll down upper, middle, and lower back down to the floor. Good. Bring the heels down. Good. And then bring the arms to the side. Let's do that one more time. Roll up through the hips. Come into a bridge position. And if it's available to you, bend your elbows and see if you can bring your hands onto the hips, so underneath you. If this is too low, you might want to just place the hands down, press into the back of your arms so that you're helping yourself come up by pushing the arms down into the floor. It's also working your triceps. If you have the hands here, just think of relaxing the glutes a little bit, but keep working the chest, pull in the belly. Maybe you can even try to bring the hands a little higher. The thumbs into the middle of your back, lifting the chest to the chin, or pressing into the arms. And slowly release. Hands down, lower down, upper, middle, and lower back down. Bend your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug first of all. We're going to come to more back bending. We're going to work into the front first of all. So from here, roll yourself over to one side and then come onto your belly. Bring your elbows underneath the shoulders. Relax the hips and the glutes. Elbows underneath the shoulders. If this is too much for you, you can just bend your elbows slightly and maybe place something underneath your lower ribs. So we're going to start gently and then we can take it a bit higher. Start by lifting the back of your neck. Point your toes, pull the belly a little bit in and see if you can roll your shoulders back. Feeling your back muscles engage as you lift. And then open the elbows to the side, lay down the forehead. And again, inhaling, come just up to the lower ribs, shoulders roll back, and then lower back down. Notice if your arms want to help by pulling your shoulders up to your ears. This is the usual thing that happens. So if you notice, just think of shoulder blades rolling down the back, chest lifting, belly pulling in, and releasing. Last one, belly pulling in, you lift the chest, inhale, and roll back down on the exhale. Move your hands now underneath the armpits, draw the shoulder blades down the back. And as you inhale, lift a little bit higher through the chest. And think of the hands being really light on the floor, so that you can lift them, and then lower back down. Do it again. Elbows point back, lift the chest, lift your hands off the floor. Your shoulders are not coming up to the ears, they're pulling back and back down. Pull the belly in. Use your back muscles rather than pushing your belly into the floor, as if you're ballooning out the belly. So you're going to pull the belly in using the back muscles. One more. Lift the chest, roll shoulders back, lift the hands, and lower back down. Now bring the hands next to you on the floor, fingers pointing down and thumbs up. Point your toes, roll the shoulders back. And we're going to lift the legs and the chest. If this is too much, you can just lift the chest. Just for now, lifting the chest, and then the legs, and lower down. 4 more. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs. Squeeze them together, and lower down. Watch you. And again, lift the chest, lift the legs, and lower down. That's it, well done. Good lifting. Good shoulders, aren't you? What's happened to the head there? And lower down. Keep it nice and soft. Long neck lift. And then lower down. Well done. Bending your knees. And then see if you can reach your heels or the sides of your feet. If you've got the sides of the feet, just bring the toes together. And see if you can just hold it there. If you feel already a stretch in the back, tuck your tailbone. And draw your pubic bone down towards the floor, so you'll feel a little bit of stretch in the front of the thighs. If you can't reach your feet, don't worry. Just bend the knees, squeeze them towards your buttocks, and then just lift the chest up. Rolling the chest up, hands back, and lower back down. Relaxing. If you've got your feet, take a breath and lift the chest, kick into the feet, and then lower down and relax. And again, your variation. Lift the chest. If you've got the feet, kick into the feet, lift the chest, and lower down. Belly still engaged. If you don't have the feet, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulders back, and lower down. Let's do 2 more. Try not to collapse when you come down. Think of your body being very precious and lovely, beautifully precious, so you don't want to collapse down. Just slowly lowering down. Last one, kick into the feet, lift the chest, reach the knees high, and then lower back down. Well done. Relax the legs, bend the elbows, give your hips a little wriggle, side to side. Good. Tuck your toes under. One of my favourite exercises coming up in a moment. So from here, bend your elbows underneath your shoulders, wriggle the hips a little bit, and then just see if you can open the chest by pressing down into your elbows, and then lengthen your heels away from you. Just squeeze the heels away from you, and think of your lower ribs drawing forward as you do so. So you might feel a little bit of compression of the lower back. Think of pulling your hands towards you, so your chest pushes forward, chest pushes forward, shoulders roll back. That's it, Dave, well done. Good. So nice Nice and active through the heels, chest is opening. And then relax. Good. Untuck the toes, point your toes, bring the hands a little bit further forward and to the side. And then see if you can start to roll up. Maybe you can even straighten the arms. Breathe in here and exhale, slowly rolling yourself back down. If this is too intense, just bring the arms forward more and just do it very gently. So you're just lifting the chest, think of keeping the chest nice and open and then coming down. So you don't have to come up very high if it's intense. If you're bringing the hands further back, the further back towards your body you bring, the more intense it is for your back bend. So just start to move slowly. Really feel as if you're curling your back backwards. Is that the right word? As if you're sliding over a big beach ball. As if you're wrapping your back around a big beach ball. And then rolling back down. Roll the shoulders back, Valentine. Good, that's it. And again, breathe in. Shoulders back, squeeze them back. So nice and open in the chest region. And lower it down. Bring the hands a little bit further out, Rachel. That's it. Last one. Yeah. Turn the fingers out to the side. And then rolling back down. Well done. I really like this one. Really feels like I'm opening my back. Now we're going to come into your core. So from here, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes again and just wiggle your hips slightly further forward. Take a breath in. Pull your belly in. Exhale, lift your hips just a bit off the floor as if you're pulling the belly in and the hips come up. Slowly lower the hips down again. And feel how you release the core muscles. And again, exhale, pull your belly in as if someone's pulling from the navel your hips backwards. And slowly inhaling, hips come down. Release a bit the belly. Exhale, pull the belly in, come back into your low plank with the knees down. And lower back down. Now we can do it with a plank position as well. So if you're feeling still very strong, just push up into your low plank. Belly in. And then lower back down. Knees can come down first. Or do 4 more. Either with the knees down, just the hips lift, or then into full plank. And then knees down and lower. 3 more. Hips back, pull the belly in. Stretch into low plank. Knees down and back down. Last 2. Feel that you're drawing your belly button. Elbows to the floor. Hips go back. And knees down. Lower. Last 1. Pull belly in. Hips go back. And then maybe lift the knees and hold it. That's for 10, 9. You can also keep the knees down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm shaking. Bring the knees down. Open the knees quite wide and then sink back into the hips, into wide-legged child's pose, and just wiggle your hips a little bit to the side. You can also make fists with your hands and give your lower back a little drum, a little release. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, just side out. Feel that the heat in your body through this exercise. We're still going to finish with more core, because that's nice and fun. So from here, to just balance this out, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, bring yourself into a tabletop position, and then from here, hands under the shoulders. Pull in the belly a little bit, tuck the toes under, push your hands into the floor, and then come to a little knee hover. Just holding it for a moment, hands down, pull the navel and just stabilizing everything in the body. Don't know what accent that was. And then slowly release the knees. Good. And one more time, pull the belly in, lift the knees off the floor, hold it, stabilize through the spine, the belly, breathe. And lower the knees down. So bring the hips over to one side. Bring the legs forwards. And then from here, a little roll down. So arms in front of you, or you can rest them on your shins. Take a breath in on your exhale. Roll down halfway. Or without the arms, for arms balancing. Breathe and lift the arms up. Exhaling, feet stay on the floor as you roll down. Inhale, pull the belly in as you lift up. 2 more. Exhale, roll down to that edge where you feel it in the core. Inhale, you can see me shake a little bit after this. And 1 more, rolling down. Good, and then bring the hands together. So palms are touching, and let's start making a lying down shape of 8. So over to one side and over to the other. And when you do that circle on the side, you can lean a little bit back so you feel your obliques. Keep the arms nice and straight. Let's do another 6. Keep the feet on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change direction for 6, 5. Don't think about it. 4. That's it. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bring the hands back onto your knees and then slowly roll down. You can also hold behind your thighs to roll all the way onto your back. Bring your knees up into a tabletop position. Lift your feet so you can see the feet from the corners of your eyes. Bring your arms by the side and just feel your spine on the floor. There's a little gap underneath your lower back, so we're not imprinting our lower back just yet. So you want to just feel the stable position of your spine by pulling the belly, pull the knees up. Good. And then from here, just start to move your legs forward and back. Little movement forward and back. Good. Just feel the core, feel the sit bones resting on the floor, the shoulders on the floor, and then start to cycle. You can flex the feet, start to cycle in the air. Belly engaged, circling the legs. Good. Cycling. And then think of, you've got a big wheel out to the side, so as if you're riding an elephant and the elephant's got bicycle thing on the side, so you're just opening the knees and you're cycling out to the side. Good. And then bring the legs back together. Back into center, pull the belly and then reverse the cycling. The other way round, pull the navel in, stretch out through the legs, so think of pushing back, pushing forward. Good. And then again, think of cycling on a big elephant, so your legs come out to the side, feels a bit weird. Good. Cycling to the side. That's it. Don't worry about it too much, if you're just on the back like a beetle. Bring the leg back into center. Bring the leg all the way up to the ceiling, and then open the leg wide into a straddle, and then crisscross the leg together at the top. Inhale, open the leg to the side. Exhale, squeeze the leg together, crisscross, open, little palms, little bounce, crisscross, open, and little crisscross. Last 4, and little crisscross, and 3, little crisscross, 2, little crisscross, squeeze the legs really active, and 1, little crisscross. Bring the legs back up to the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your head and then interlace the fingers. No, don't interlace the fingers. Just have the hand behind your head, one hand grab the other. Bring your elbows straight forward. Think of the elbows pointing up to the ceiling. Pull your belly in and reach your elbows up. And then from here, lower down the right leg. Exhale, pull it back up. Inhale, lower down the left leg. Exhale, pull it back up. Keep the shoulder blades off the floor. Lower down the right leg. And exhale, pull it back up. If that's too much, just bend the knees and just lower one toe at a time. So that can also work. So keep going. Last few moments for your core. You can do this. Good. Last 2. Lower down one leg. Squeeze it back up. Lower down the other leg. And back up. Bend your knees. Let's come to twisting. Open to the right. Stretch the left leg. Left elbow to right knee. Inhale, come back to center. Twist to your left, stretch the right leg. Inhale back to center, nice and slow. Head is soft in your hands, stretch the leg. Exhale, pull the belly in, roll the shoulders away from the ears. And back to center, last 4. Your lower back is pressing down into the floor. And twist, come to center. Twisting, and back to center, last round. Twisting, back to center. Tilt your tailbone up. 1 more, twisting, and back to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Hopefully your core feels nice and warm now. And then open the knees to the side and bring them back together. Open them to the side and together, to the side and together. And then the other way around, knees forward, open and in, knees forward, open and in, and knees forward, open and in. Hug the knees into the chest, and then you can roll over on just rolling over to the left, and roll over to the right first if you like. Knees over to your left in my case. Hold the top of your right knee and then reach your right arm up and over and see if you can twist. If you feel any tension or discomfort in the lower back, just see if you can let the arm rest upwards, or take it a little gentle, maybe rest the arm just behind you. Otherwise you can stretch the arm to the side, you can look up to the ceiling. Keep the knees on top of each other, in height of your hips. And take some long breath here. Tilt maybe the tailbone slightly underneath you. Try and breathe into the right side of the rib cage. Not forcing anything. Just releasing here. And then if it feels good, you can maybe stretch out the left leg away from you, underneath you, for a little bit of more intense twisting. And you can also stretch your right leg away from you, holding either the calf or maybe even the side of the foot. So you find the hamstring stretch here on the right side, including a twist. And breathe another few breaths here. Be in your body. And to release, just let that foot go. Bring the right knee into the chest. Give it a little hug. And stretching the leg away from you. And just shake out the body, just feel how the body feels. How one side compares to the other. And let's do the other side. So bend those knees into the chest. And then roll them over to the right side, nice and slowly. Holding maybe the left knee with your right hand, and then reaching the arm up and over. So you open up through the chest. Relax the body, so notice if you're pulling your feet towards your hips. Just let them go, just breathing into the left rib cage. If you like, you can stretch out the right leg underneath you, finding a little bit of a deeper twist. Maybe you want to stretch out the left leg, hold the side of your ankle or calf or the side of the foot. Noticing the release with each exhale. And then slowly come back. Bring the knee back into the chest, roll onto the back. Hold your knee. And then you can lengthen the legs away from you. Make it comfortable for you. Arms by your side, just take a little shake through the legs. Wriggle your shoulders so the shoulder blades are nice and heavy on the floor. And then take a deep breath and squeeze everything together. Squeeze your hands into fists, point your toes, pull the belly in, squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your face, everything squeezes, and push into the floor, and then release. Let's do that one more time. Squeeze everything together, even the face, everything squeezes, and exhaling, release. Let the hands naturally curl, and let the breath now become your breath. Notice a little tingling in the hands. And in the body where the muscles relax now. And just taking a minute here to regenerate, to just let go and breathe. Softening from the neck and the shoulders. Feeling the heavy weight of the body, allowing it to be heavy. You because there's nothing else for you to do right now. You can just relax. And then you can take a full deep breath in through the nose and sigh it out. And if you wish to stay a little bit longer, you of course can do that. Otherwise, I'll guide you back. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Give them a bit of life. And then you can stretch the arms over the head. Reach them over the head, bring the feet together. Lengthen yourself like a long arrow. And then bring the knees into the chest one more time. Give yourself a little hug and say well done. And you can either roll yourself up and down the spine, or you can roll yourself over to one side. Push the floor away. Lift yourself up to seated in your own time. And you can come to a seated position, or you can just rest on your knees. Take a moment to lengthen the spine. Notice how you feel. Have the eyes closed or open. Just be in your body. Just welcome your body in the space. And then take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. Interlace the hands and just push up through the palms. Little stretch one more time. And then release the arms out to the side. And then lean forward. Take a little forward fold. Soften through the spine. With your legs crossed if that's available. Otherwise you can just bring the soles of the feet together and fold forward. Release the lower back. And then come back up. And if you had the crossed legs, then just change the crossing of your legs. Otherwise do it again. So feet together and fold forward. Bowing down, releasing the lower back. Taking a breath into the lower back, into the middle back and the upper back. And then roll yourself back up. Cross the legs again. Good. And then bring the hands to heart. Take a breath in. And I thank you for coming. And release. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful day.